According to statistics compiled by the Guttmacher Institute, the U.S. has one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in the developed world, almost twice as high as those of England, Wales, and Canada, and 8 times as high as those of the Netherlands and Japan. Because of rising teen pregnancy rates, in addition to the rising rates of sexually active teens, both parents and public schools need to explore the best ways to educate their students and children on safe sex. Sex education in public schools has been a controversial issue in the United States for over a decade. With the HIV and teen pregnancy growing, sex education is much needed. Charles Krauthammer once stated that sex oozes from every pore of our culture and that there is not a kid in the world who can avoid it. After being faced with sex-related content on a daily basis, whether it be through the media or other outlets, teens make their own decisions on whether or not to have sex. The important part is that they're well educated on all aspects of their choices. A study conducted on teens in Sweden and the Netherlands showed that teens in those countries were just as sexually active as American teens, but the teen pregnancy and sexually transmitted disease rate were much lower. Researchers say this is due to sex education that begins in elementary school and continues on through middle and high school. However, only 10% of American school-age youth participate in a comprehensive program lasting at least 4 hours. Teens in America also score low on questionnaires based on sexual knowledge. With all the knowledge and resources at its fingertips, the U.S. could easily teach the same kind of classes that are being conducted in Sweden and the Netherlands. Talk to a teacher and they will tell you that students as young as middle school are engaging in oral sex, and there is a belief that oral sex does not count as sex. Yet anyone with half a brain knows that's not true. If kids are out there doing these sorts of things, they need to realize that what they are doing, especially those that are doing things without protection, can be life-altering. Some individuals feel that sex education should be taught at home. However, in a formal study of 8,000 college students over 12 years, fewer than 80% had received a meaningful sex talk with their parents. The opponents of sex education believe that it does not enhance human life. How can that be so when it could help save lives? There are so many myths about the HIV virus, such as it's a homosexual disease and an IV drug user disease. Sex education could inform students that anyone is vulnerable to getting infected with these diseases. Teen pregnancy is also a problem in the United States. Less than 1 in 7 teens use protection the first time they participate in intercourse. Sex education could inform these students that sexual responsibility is extremely important. Since parents have the longest and most ongoing influence on a child's life, I feel that the most successful way to provide sex education to children is for the school to teach a program that involves the parents. I found one such program online called AVERT, and it's used in many different schools throughout the United States and in other countries. But AVERT is a program that's dedicated to educating both students and adults. And I guess it is their belief that parents and schools both need to engage with young people about the messages that they get from the media or from their friends, and just really kind of open that up for discussion. You know, be there to listen to your students, and that goes a long way. So sex education needs to be taught in school because sex is something we encounter on a daily basis. And a lot of students aren't getting that at home. I know I never had a formal sex talk with my parents or anything like that because it would probably be really awkward, but I think it's easier if you learn it in health class, actually. But sex education can also help reduce the spread of diseases, reduce teen pregnancy by encouraging people to be responsible and use contraceptives and condoms. And it will also better equip our youth to lead the world. Thank you.